Hello students, today our topic is refraction through glass prism. If you remembered last video, I have explained refraction through a glass slab, and today I will explain refraction through a glass prism. Before that, I just want to show what is the prism. So this is prism, and this is the base of the prism. There are two refracting surface. This is one, this is second, and this is angle of prism. Light ray enter from this side, refract through the prism, and it will come back on the other refracting surface. And this is called edge, where two refracting surface meet. This is called the base of the prism. When I will show refraction, I just consider the first face, this in the form of triangle on the board. So you know these are two refracting surface I am showing. This is the base and this is the angle of prism A, represented by A. Now one incident ray strike on one refracting surface, and I will draw one normal here. This is angle of incidence I, incident ray and normal. And you know what is the rule when light ray travels from air to glass, bends towards the normal. This is angle R. R will be less than I. Further, glass to air bends away from the normal, number one. Number two, towards the base of the prism, like this. So this is angle E. So if I will consider this X, this Y, this Z and this K. So in this case, XY incident ray YZ refracted ray and ZK emergent ray. This angle I, you know, incidence angle, angle of incidence. R, angle of refraction, and angle E, angle of emergence. There is one relation between all these angles that I will tell you later on. Before that, I will explain angle of deviation, delta. So you know this is the path covered by light ray due to refraction. If light will not refract, what will be there? It will go straight like this. And this is the emergent ray, which is followed the last path by the light ray due to refraction, and I will extend it back. This angle is called angle of deviation, means up to which angle this light ray is deviated from its path. So relation, this remember this relation, I plus E is equal to A plus delta. When experimentally you will do the experiment, suppose you will consider here 30-degree angle. After that you will find out this delta. You will find out this angle A we will take as a 60-degree. So we will find out I plus E, sum of these two angles should be equal to sum of these two angles. That is experimentally proved. Next is factor affecting angle of deviation, delta. So first factor, angle of incidence, I. For that you have to understand this. Suppose I will do the experiment with different angle of incidence I. First time 30-degree, second time 40, third time 50, then 60. I just take different angle and find out angle delta. Suppose for 30 the angle delta is 25, for 40 angle 20, and this 50 suppose 27, for 60 suppose that is 32. So what you will observe, if you will draw the graph I versus delta. You will see that graph like this. Suppose this is 30, you can consider 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Here on this side I just consider 10, 20, 30, 40. You will consider as 30, this value is 25. This 40 angle is 22. Then for 50 angle is 27. Here. Then 60 angle is 32. So graph like this. So you will see this is the minimum angle of deviation. Mean you have observed that as I continuously increase but delta first decrease then increase. So minimum value of delta is called angle of minimum deviation. So remember that when prism is at angle of minimum deviation, your prism, then I will be equal to E and your refracted ray parallel to base of prism. These are two important points regarding when your prism is at angle of minimum deviation. Second factor is angle of prism A. Second is angle of prism A. For that, delta is directly proportional. As A increase, delta will also increase. And third factor is refractive index. Mu. So delta again directly proportional to mu. As your refractive index will increase, delta will also increase. As you know, refractive index of flint glass is greater than the refractive index of crown glass. So that's why angle of deviation in case of flint glass will be more and angle of deviation in a crown glass will be less. Fourth is the wavelength of light. Lambda. You know, lambda of red is maximum, whereas lambda of violet is minimum. But refractive index of red is minimum and refractive index of violet is maximum. And we know delta is directly proportional to the angle of deviation. So that's why angle of deviation of violet is more than the angle of deviation of red. So these all 4 points of the factors affecting angle of deviation. This is all about refraction through a glass prism. One thing more, in this case angle incident ray will not equal to the emergent ray because their refraction occur into inclined surface. This is all about this. If you really like my video, please like it and please sure comment it, because in comment your comment as well as your name, roll number, class consider as your attendance.